not as good. They're Tennessee, and they'll come down here ready to play. And the kids they've got there, they recruited them because they were great players. What we've got to do is play well and play more consistently. I've got confidence in our front no matter who they play. But they do need to play well and try to dominate, no question about it. But they've gotten better. They've run the ball on everybody they've played. They've just had spaces and spots in there where they couldn't do it. And when they want to, now they can get physical. And the back is a very good back. So they've got, they're in the 8th or 9th game. You get in about that 7th, 8th, or 9th game, even young players are better.
As far as the secondary is concerned, are you still looking to play a little bit more man versus zone this week?
We're mixing it up, and I'm not going to talk about everything because I think it kind of says what we're going to do, and what we do in any ball game is we bring both and see what's working the best. And what we want to do is let our players be a little bit more confident and simple in what we do with less checks. That's been the biggest problem. We've eliminated a lot of checks. Getting out of coverage into certain formations, certain looks, and I think that's helped our kids focus more on their technique and be a little more aggressive and confident.
Speaking of confidence, so can you just kind of talk about Akeem, kind of where he is as far as this season, maybe versus last season?
Yeah, he's had a couple of ball games. We know he hasn't played extremely well, but overall, he hasn't had a terrible year. He's still starting in our dime package. He's very critical to us, and frankly, DJ's just had a little bit better season. And frankly, he had a better spring. Wanted to see it on the game field. I don't believe in making a lot of position changes from when someone started previously and someone comes in and has a great week of practice or a great spring practice. It's kind of hard to make a position shift. But DJ really had a better spring, when we go back to that. And he certainly has had a good, solid ball and deserved to start. And as much as anything, he took the position as much as anybody losing it.
How are Ingram and Sutton?
Ingram, yeah, they asked me a little earlier. Sutton, I don't know. Ingram definitely will. He's got a cast on his hands, and he doesn't have complete use of it where he can grab, but he's got his fingers exposed so he can at least use some. Chaz has not practiced very much. I don't know where he is because he had a pin put in his.
You just kind of talk about the Tennessee team as a whole, where they are this year, and how different maybe it is to see them as the team that they are this season?
Well, I don't want to get caught up in that too much. I coached at Alabama 2 different times, and the first time I was there, we had a stretch of 31 wins in a row, 34 unbeaten, won a national championship, 2 SEC championships. And I was gone for 3 years, and when I got back, they'd been through some probation and some situations. The talent level had dropped, and players didn't want to understand it and see it. And I don't think the work habits increased to match that. And sometimes when you play at a big time program like that and all of a sudden you're not successful, you don't want to think it's you. But they're going through a rebuilding right now. It was a very tough situation. These guys have had 3 head coaches in 3 years. I don't know how many college football players have played in the history of college you could say that. And that's hard to deal with. But whether it's successful or unsuccessful, we can't get caught up in that. We've got to play better and play more consistently. They've played everybody tough, at least for a half. And 3 of those people I'm talking about are definitely top 10 teams. Oregon, Alabama, and Florida, all those guys play everybody in the country. And they right there in the ball game with them, for a while. And they just run out of gas or make a mistake and somebody puts them away. But they've got a very capable football team, and we will have to play extremely well. I'm expecting a tough game.